Welcome to the Selah podcast where we pause, reflect, and grow. And we are back for episode 3, y'all. We have made it to the third episode. I'm still going. I still got some things to talk about. I still got some gems to drop. So let's get right into the episode, right into the pod. First, I would like to say I hope everybody enjoyed last November. Everybody enjoyed Thanksgiving with their family, friends, and peers. I hope you had a time. I hope you ate well. I know I did. I had a ball with my family. We played, we laughed, we said what we were thankful for, we ate well. We just had a good time, enjoyed one another. Anybody who knows me knows I'm very family oriented. I love spending time with my family because we have a ball, right? My friends is fun, but my family is a whole nother kind of fun, to be honest. Like, we have a ball. And, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be around your family, y'all. I really want to see next year people just getting real involved with their family again. I know sometimes it's a little hard because of conflict, but hopefully things get better. And hopefully you strive for better within your family. But as for me and mine, we go through stuff all the time together. But one thing about it, we gonna have a ball and we gonna keep loving on each other and we gonna keep living, okay? Also, with that being said, since I'm speaking on family, during the holiday season, I don't know if you know, but I do know, most people know, but I don't know if you know that during the holiday season, it's really hard for people because of loss. When I say loss, I mean deaths in a family or death of a friend, death of a peer, death of a co-worker. People have dealt with loss throughout the year, maybe recently, and especially since what is that? Especially since COVID, there's been a lot of loss. I feel like since that kick started, 2 years ago now, it's just been a lot of death due to health issues. So I want to encourage everybody to check on your people, check on your family, check on your friends, check on your coworker, and let them know, if they lost anyone, that they're not alone in this process of grief. You're here with them. You want to love them. You want to support them. You want to comfort them. Sometimes, your presence is enough. Sometimes you ain't got to say nothing to them or, say the cliche thing, they're in a better place. Sometimes people honestly just don't want to hear that. So sometimes your presence is enough. Just be there for them. Don't wait until you see them sad. Don't wait until you just see a shift in their personality, or a shift in their just whole mood, their whole movement. Just let them know from jump, like, hey, I'm here for you when you need me, if you need me. Even if you don't need me, I'm here. Right? Now, don't commit to something that you're not ready to, because during a time of grief, inconsistency is not what someone needs. They need constant support. So if you're not ready to make that commitment, just let them know, hey, everything will get better. And, just leave it at that, right? Don't try to be there falsely, if that makes sense. Don't try to make your presence known and then you really not present for them in the moment that they need you to be present. So I encourage you, check on your people, y'all. Check on your friends, check on your family, check on your peers, and just make sure they straight, make sure they good. Also, November was Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and I felt guilty because I didn't post nothing. I ain't said nothing. I didn't even though I do talk to the men in my life, I still didn't say, hey, it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. If you need help reaching out to a counselor or if you need somebody to talk to, yada, 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 I'm here. And I felt so guilty about that because everybody know, like, I want to speak for the people, but I really want to speak for the men, right? I really want to show men that it's a black girl out here willing to love you, support you, comfort you, and invest in you. So, men, if you listening, we love you. We support you. We here. I'm here. Anything y'all want me to speak on a podcast, I'm willing to speak on it. I'm willing to expose it. I'm willing to be honest about it from a female's point of view. I'm willing to hear you out or whatever it is you want to talk about. I hope that you men feel love. I hope that y'all feel support. And if not, I pray that it comes your way. But forgive me. I am sorry. I really thought Men's Mental Health Awareness Month was early in the year, but apparently it's in November. I'm going to do better next year, though. I'm going to be ready next year. Ready. So, with that being said, y'all, let's get right into the icebreaker question. Pause. Before I get to this icebreaker question, I just want to release this and just let everybody know. I know it's Christmas time, but chill out on the Christmas music. Honestly, right? I have a love and hate relationship with Christmas music. I like Christmas music, don't get me wrong, because Jackson 5, Santa Claus Coming to Town, gonna hit every time. Have a Merry Merry Christmas by TLC, gonna hit every time. I like some of Tank's Christmas songs, some of Chris Brown Christmas songs, Fantasia's Christmas songs, Jasmine's. Like, I like Christmas music. But that Mariah Carey version, y'all gonna kill that song every year. Now, don't get me wrong, love Mariah, right? Mariah sings down, and I like the song. But it all stems from me working at a grocery store, and that is just all I heard every 10 to 15 minutes. And now it's just like every time this time of the year come around, every store you walk into, I went to go meet with my advisor today at school, and they were playing that song. And I just chill out with the Christmas music. And I know my older sister probably like, you know what, Tay, why you going in like that? Because she loves Christmas music. One thing about it, when Christmas hit, forget Christmas. When November hit, around that second to last week of November, my sister is full blown into Christmas music, full blown into Christmas movies, right? And you know what? I love that for her. But sometimes it's just a bit overwhelming, honestly, because it's just like, Jesus, let it go for a second. Can we listen to something else? Sometimes people just be overboard, not her, when it comes to the music. But I understand, it's your favorite holiday, you're having a jolly time. But I'm just saying, mix it up a little bit. Stop playing just Mariah. Play a plethora of artists who got Christmas songs. That's just my rant. I had to release that because it just was really bothering me today. Because I just kept hearing the song, right? But let's get to the icebreaker question. The icebreaker question was posted on Instagram. Also, sidebar, if you want to have your response discussed on the podcast, or if you just simply want to respond, go follow me on Instagram at Selah_pod so that I can get your response and I could possibly bring it up here on the podcast. I am aware that everybody is not on Instagram, so I am working. Oh, I just sounded so country. Instagram. Excuse me. I am aware that everybody isn't on IG, and I am working on other social media avenues, creating accounts of that so that you could talk to me and I could talk to you, right? Because not everybody on Instagram, and ain't nothing wrong with that. So let's get right to the icebreaker question. The icebreaker question for this episode was, do you plan on breaking any habits next year? Or let me word that better. Any habits you plan on breaking next year? Question mark. And I got some good responses, but a lot of them were similar. And if they weren't like word verbatim the same, they fell into the same category. So I'm going to give 3 of them in my response, since I have so many that were the same. I'm going to give 3 of them. So the first response I want to address is procrastination. That is a great habit to try to break. Once again, this is something else I have a love and hate relationship with, because I do procrastinate, and it is a habit that I do want to break, but sometimes you just don't feel like it. You're tired and you just don't want to do it, or you just got your mind going everywhere, and you just got a lot going on sometimes. And sometimes you're just simply not motivated. But then other times, I feel like I do my best work under pressure. For example, and I don't do this every time. This is just an example. When I have to write a paper, I really could write the paper earlier than the day that it's due, right? But sometimes I have a lot going on. And other times I do procrastinate before I actually start writing. But after I procrastinate, I do my best work. And when does that happen? The day that the paper is due. But guess what? I'm turning it in at 11:59. I'm doing good. I feel like if I submitted by 11:59, I'm straight. But honestly, I could, work on the paper earlier, but at the same time, I get the best responses from my teachers. Oh, you did well. I love how you brought this perspective and all this other stuff. You get good results out of it. But it is a habit that you should work on breaking. How do you do that? One, I would suggest giving yourself a break, right? Give yourself a moment to just chill out, not think about anything, and just breathe. Take a cat nap. Sometimes you need a little power nap. I know me, 10 to 15 minute power nap, I'm ready right after that, right? Give yourself a time stamp. Like for me, it's 11:11 right now. I could say, you know what, I'm going to start my paper about 11:30. It's not a lot of time, but at the same time, it's enough time that I need to chill out and to, you know, decipher my thoughts and just to prepare myself for 11:30 to write that paper. Another way to break procrastination would be to have someone hold you accountable, right? I know me personally, if I set an alarm, I can ignore it and I will ignore it. Sometimes I will, like, don't even care. Have somebody say, hey, text you or call you at 11:30. In my case, hey, you said you was going to start this paper at 11:30. What you doing? Get up, sit up. Get that laptop out, get ready. What you doing? Let's go. Get to it. Have somebody hold you accountable. It helps. Sometimes you need somebody other than yourself to get you on the right track. What is another way to break procrastination? Just try to motivate yourself to complete the task. Remember the why. Remember what's at hand if you don't. Another response I would like to address is stopping myself from not finishing. Always finish what I start. This is a good habit to break because how can you really bear the fruits of your labor? How can you really see success and see great results or just have feedback in general if you don't finish what you start? This can be broken by really just committing, right? Committing to your goal, committing to your idea, committing to the end result, committing to the impact, right? You have to really question yourself and ask yourself, are you ready? Are you ready to go down this journey, right? And this is really a tricky question for creatives. It's a tricky question for everybody, not question, habit for everybody, but mainly creatives because you have so much in you. It's so much that you can do. You start something, you start something, you start something, you start something over there. And now you just see all these projects that you're starting, you have yet to finish. Right? Take your time, slow down, and finish one thing at a time. And if you can handle two things, do it. If you can handle three things, do it. But take your time, and give yourself grace. Commit to the goal, commit to the idea, and plan. Plan, plan, plan. If I don't tell y'all nothing else, plan. Write out the idea, write out how you want to achieve it, write out the whole process to keep yourself on track. Right? Also, once again, have somebody hold you accountable. Right? My family call me a bully, and I'm not. I just am aware of the potential that they hold. I'm aware of the impact they can make, so I'm on them. Sometimes we could be talking about something totally different, plans for a birthday, and I'd be like, "Oh, what happened to that canvas you was supposed to finish? What happened to that business plan you supposed to write out? Like, what's going on with that? You need to get going. What's going on? You need my help? If you need help, I'll help you. If not, I'm gonna find somebody who can help you. Start. Do something. Don't have the fear of failure, because if you continue to have that fear of failure, you'll never start. You'll never start. So, commit to the idea, plan it out, ask yourself, are you ready? And believe in yourself, right? Believe you can finish this. I had to tell myself that was starting this podcast. Like, I was like, I don't know, just questioning myself, questioning the impact of it. But now it's something I believe in. It is something that I've taken the time out to plan and committed to it, right? So really, really think about that. The next response I want to read is allowing people to continue to use me and what I offer. Let me tell you something. It don't nobody got time or energy to deal with people who just take, receive, and have no intentions on giving back or reciprocating energy. Mm-mm. Just go ahead, cut that off, cut that person off, right? Love them from a distance, support them from a distance. Because let me tell you something, it's never anything wrong about being selfish. If this year ain't taught me nothing else, it taught me to be selfish. Because I'm at a point where I don't play about my peace. I don't play about my health right now. I don't play about my space. I don't got time, right? If I'm not being supported by people as I'm supporting them, then they're not for me, right? And honestly, think about how do you break this habit? Think about what support looks like for you. Think about what security and love looks like for you. And is that being addressed? Is that being done to you? Are you receiving that? Also think about, have you been vocal about these things? Because honestly, sometimes, let's be real, sometimes we expect people to know certain things and to just do. But if we haven't said anything, we can't expect them to read our minds. Sometimes, I am one of those people who be like, I love you. You should know that by my actions. But sometimes people got to hear you say, I love you, right? It's nothing wrong with that. But on the flip side, if you have been vocal, it's time to stop giving people all your energy and you're not being recharged yourself by them. Rock with the people that rock with you. Straight like that. Don't nobody got time for that. Don't nobody got time for that. Don't nobody have the energy for that. Stop being people's trash can and just letting them dump their problems and situations on you. First of all, ask me how my day was. Ask me how I'm doing. If you feel like that's not being done, then you need to have a conversation with these people and say, hey, I don't feel like this relationship is serving me. I feel like I'm just serving you. And it's a problem. And let them know, like, hey, I might have to, love you and support you from a distance. I want the best for you. I still, I'm still going to love you, still going to support you, but I'm going to have to, step away for a second. I'm doing this, for me. And depending on their reaction, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. And you just handle them accordingly. Okay, so my habit that I would like to break next year is making excuses. I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes you make excuses because you really just don't want to address the truth, right? I was talking to my sister earlier today because my family and I did vision boards last December. And I was really looking at my vision board like, it's a lot of things you accomplished and a lot of things you did not. And some things, for instance, weight loss. I could have did better at weight loss. Weight loss is an area that I struggle in because it's an up and down thing for me. It's a time where I'm consistent. It's a time where I'm inconsistent. And I really just could have did better. And I tried to make the excuse of, oh, I'm just stressed out. I'm this, I'm that. And really, there were times where I could have did better for myself. I could have looked out for myself in a better way regarding weight loss. Like, it's some Saturdays. Well, I'm not going to say Saturdays because recently I just really been busy. But it's been some times where it's, hey, you could have, I could have got up and went to the gym. I could have started meal planning, but I didn't. And so, in result, I'm not active as I should be. I'm eating later because I didn't meal prep, right? Some things we can control and we can change. And so I really want to stop making excuses for myself. So if y'all out here making excuses for yourself or why you didn't start the business or in my case, lose some weight, stop making excuses for yourself. It's time to hold ourselves accountable to what it is we say, because a lot of things it's crazy because I am somebody who, I stand on my word, honestly. Like, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. But I cannot pick and choose which area I want to grow in. If I'm trying to grow, I need to grow in all areas. So next year, I really want to just work on making excuses for myself. And it's really something that I've really just tried to address now. So that when 2024 comes, it's like, hey Tay, don't even try it. Don't even try it, girl. Just go ahead and do what you're supposed to do and don't try to make no excuse, right? I'm really trying to work on these things now so that, things is flowing right. Even with, posting for the podcast. Yes, I have life going on, but sometimes I just did not feel like doing it because I am in fact tired. Like, sometimes my day doesn't go as planned, but I've made an excuse like I got this and that going on, and I do. But there were times where I could have sat down and recorded. I'm just being honest. And there were times I could have just simply said hello on Instagram. I could have just released a little 5-minute clip on here like, hey, how y'all doing? Hope everything is well. I could have did anything because I know that consistency is the key to make my podcast thrive, but instead I made excuses. So I'm really trying to break that, and that's my goal for next year. With that being said, y'all, let's get into the vibe of the week. What have I been listening to? What's been on replay? What has it been? So I just want to make it known that, like, I listen to everything. I listen to all kinds of genres of music, and I'm not, with that being said, sidebar, I'm not just letting anything into my spirit, in my space, because my dad did teach us very young, like, listen to the words, listen to what's being said, because you need to be careful about the things that come through TVs and music and what's being said. So, if y'all don't know to do nothing else when it comes to music, make sure you really listen to them lyrics. Sometimes some real demonic stuff be going on in this music and these TV shows. You just gotta be careful. I don't play with spirits and stuff like that. I don't play them games, right? But other than that, I listen to everything. I listen to all kinds of genres of music. Music is my first love. It's like my first language. Like, love it. But honestly, at heart, I'm an R&B girl. Like, if I want to be real with myself, R&B is where it's at for me. And I love R&B today, but R&B in the 90s just make me feel different. It's going to hit every time, right? Because do you really know music if you don't listen to R&B 90s music, right? Do you really know love if you don't listen to R&B 90s music? Because, and I'm just saying, I'm single, I ain't in a relationship, but I'm just saying, when I get in one, I want to feel like what I feel when I listen to 90s R&B. It just gives me a different vibe. It gives me a different feeling. So the song I've been listening to is So Fine by Mint Condition. And the instrumentation, and I hope I said that word right, on that song from beginning to end, great. The harmonies on that song, great. Stokely deserves a standing ovation for how he sung in that song. Do you really know Mint Condition? Are you really listening to them? I'm not just saying Pretty Brown Eyes, because that's my song. But that's just the song, the typical song in the black community that everybody know. But do you know, girl, you send me swinging? Do you know So Fine? I really could go on, but I ain't going to take up this segment like that. But So Fine, go listen to it by Mint Condition. It's a feel-good song. He on there talking about how a woman makes him feel. And I'm just saying, whenever I get in a relationship, I hope he look at me the same way Stokely was looking at whoever he was looking at. Because he sung like she was about to walk out of his life. Okay, love that song. That's what's been on replay. That's what's been making me smile lately. That's just been my vibe. So y'all go listen to it again. There is a link in my Instagram bio that takes you straight to Selah's playlist. And it's a playlist full of every song that I mentioned on the podcast. Now, we only 3 songs deep, but when we get to episode 15, you will have a full playlist. So y'all go add that to your Apple Music. If you don't have Apple Music, for my little Android green bubble struggle people, No shade. I will find a way to post it and let it be known so that you can, listen with the rest of us. So, with that being said, let's get into the topic for this podcast, for this episode. So, as I said earlier, it's decision making time. It's December, and a lot of people plan on changing some things in the new year. And I just got a question. I got to give you some food for thought. I got to give you a little something to think about. My question is, what are you waiting for? Why do we as people wait to make changes in the new year? What's wrong with now? Right? What's wrong with being intentional about the decision right now? Is it a commitment thing? Or are you just not ready? Right? What are you waiting for? Why are you waiting for a timestamp to say, yep, January 1st, 2024 is when I'm going to start doing things different? Why can't you start today? Why can't you make it your business to wake up tomorrow with a new attitude, with intention? Right? Why are you putting a time limit on healing, a time limit on forgiveness, a time limit on weight loss in my case, a time limit on just, creating a new sense of fashion, a time limit on creativity, a time limit on growth altogether? Why are we not giving ourselves grace and patience? Why are we not giving ourselves confidence? What we waiting for? What you waiting for? Right? And it really comes down to this. I really want y'all to think about this. What cycles are you submitting yourself to? Knowing and unknowing. Right? What are some cycles that you have just let rule you? What are some cycles that you have absolutely no intention on breaking? Because here's what happens. We set goals this December, right? December 2023. And it's like, you know what? Next year, I'm going to work on self-care. I'm going to do better with self-care. Whole month goes by. January comes. You know what? January 30th. I didn't do so good on self-care this month. But March is the month. Or just, the very next month, February. But then it becomes May. I'm going to do better. July. I'm going to do better. September. I'm going to do better. December. I'm in the same spot that I was in the previous December. It's like when you make these goals and you say these things, do you really have intentions on doing better? Or are you just saying that because that's the trend? That's just what people do. They plan on doing things new in the new year. This is what I'm going to say. Let's get past the point of just saying it and doing it. Standing on business. That's the thing right now. Stand on business. Stand on business about yourself and your goals and your ideas and your growth. Right? For example, weight loss. Like I said, it's a very area that I'm very inconsistent in. I can say all day, you know what, in January, I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to do what I got to do to lose this weight. I'm going to be the healthiest I've ever been next year. And God forbid tomorrow, I can have a whole medical emergency due to high blood pressure. God forbid, and it's something that I don't have, but just diabetes, dehydration, right? I could just struggle with these things tomorrow. Because let's be real, tomorrow is not promised. Honestly, it's so sad to say this, but just to be real, your next hour of life is not promised because you just don't know what's going on. You just don't know what's going to happen. Time is unpredictable. So why are we putting a timestamp on better? Now, I do want to say I do believe in things happening in the right timing. God's timing. You know, sometimes we be trying to plan stuff ourselves and it just don't go that way. So that could be discouraging, yes. And I just do believe things should happen at a good time. But it all starts with intention. It all starts with making the decision to want more for yourself and to do better for yourself. And for some people, it's self care, weight loss, just starting a business. It could be anything. What's wrong with now? What are we truly waiting for? If you want to travel, at this point in life, it's no point in saying I'm gonna wait till I get the money, because baby, you may not ever have the amount of money that you desire to have, but are you gonna let that limit your experiences in life? Because it's always gonna be a bill. Always gonna be a bill. I'm not saying your financial situation won't get better, but just do the living that you can at where you're at. It's nothing wrong with that. You want to go to Hawaii? Okay, yes, make that a goal. That's where I want to go, and I'm going to find out how much it is, price, and plan, right? Cool. But ain't nothing wrong with driving to like Atlanta or somewhere. You just going to not travel at all because of money. Now you're limiting just what you could be experiencing because of something you just think is so important. And yes, money is important, but you missing out on so much. Imagine if you wake up tomorrow and say, you know what? I am going to work on self-care for real. And what is that going to be? Me going to buy me a coffee. Some people don't drink coffee every day, but I'm going to do this for myself. It's something so simple, but it's a start. It's one foot forward into self-care. Losing weight. Tomorrow, you know what? When I feel stressed, I'm going to find me something healthy to eat. Or I'm going to drink more water tomorrow. Just right in those small moments, you're letting yourself know you're capable of change and you can do it. And if I just stay consistent, hold myself accountable, and hold on to this, imagine what it's going to be like for me in January 1st. And it's only what? December 3rd. Imagine. What is that going to be like if I just stay afloat, stay confident in this decision? Next year, y'all, let's just do better. Let's just do better. Let's not let next year be the last year you say this the year I'm gonna do better. Just want better for yourself all the time. And it's hard to get to the point of being committed to a decision and being committed to wanting better. It's hard to break cycles that you have submit to, but be willing, because you can do it. Every day is not going to be a perfect day. Every day is not going to be consistent. But strive every day to break the cycle that you're in. Once again, knowing and unknowing. Let this be the last time that you limit yourself. You limit your growth. Let this be the last time you don't give yourself grace, give yourself patience, give yourself enough respect to make change. Let this be the last time. Okay, promise yourself that you're going to try. Try. Just try. I say all the time, all you can do is try. And can't nobody actually do nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. So I want to ask you, what are you waiting for? What cycles have you submitted yourself to? Stop putting a timestamp on better. Stop. Ask yourself what you are ready for. Right? When I make this decision that I am going to do better as far as weight loss, I need to make sure that I am ready. Because that's the problem. I could just be, for example, because I am a thicker girl, I could just be seeing that's the trend now, that everybody on this health trend, and that, you know, people who are overweight are just like, you know what, next year I'm gonna lose weight. I could just be like, you know what, I'm gonna be the same way. But do I believe that? Am I committing to that? Am I ready to make that change for real? And I can honestly say vocally, yes, I am ready to make that change. Have I said this before? Yes. But this time, I got way more intention behind it. I got way more belief behind it. I got way more confidence behind it than I think I've ever had before. And I've had some good results in my weight loss journey. But also, I'm back at square one that I was in last December. Sure am. But it's going to be different. Started tomorrow, I'm gonna make sure I get that 64 ounces of water. I'm gonna make sure I eat 3 meals a day because I'm aware, and this is the crazy part. You are aware where you fall short, but you have no intention on fixing it because you just like, this is the way of life. This is a cycle that I have submitted myself to. But tomorrow that all changes for me. I don't know about you, but I need change now and not in 2024. I need to serve myself notice that I am worth the growth now. So I'm asking you, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What have you submitted yourself to? What cycle have you submitted to? I want you to really, really think about that. When you're thinking about the goals you set out, the next vision board party you do, the next time you have a conversation about what your New Year's resolution is, really think about that. And it's not just the way of life. What kind of way of life, what kind of people have you submitted yourself to? Right? A lot of people always ask, why do I attract this kind of person? Okay, it's time for you to do some real self-reflecting. It's time for you to really check your circle and look at who's around you. Why you gotta wait until December 31st to start deleting numbers and blocking people? Okay, if they didn't serve you yesterday and you know they're not serving you today, what's the point of waiting to cut them off in the future? There's no point. Because how much do you think is going to change between now and then? And I'm not saying don't believe in change. Because the thing is, you just really need to have real conversations with people in order for you to, try to work on it. But if this is something that you plan on, or somebody you have no intention on doing better with, you have no belief that the relationship is getting better, there's no point in dragging them along. There's no point in trying to convince yourself that they're worthy of being in your space and in your life. How are you going to put a time limit on toxicity? It's either you want it or you don't. Make your decision and stand on that. But once again, it goes back to being ready. So let's bring it to the language of Selah. Pause, reflect, and grow. Pause, right? Take a minute. What do you want? Think about, what do you want? Are you ready to put action behind your words? Pause. Stop yourself and really think. Am I ready to commit to this change? If not, what do I need to do to commit to it? Right? How do I prepare myself? In the midst of you pausing, really reflect. Really think about your year. Has it gone in your favor? What have you done to benefit yourself through this year? And what have you done that you just did not even give yourself enough grace? Reflect. Think about the cycles that you have submitted yourself to, how you can break them. How do you plan on breaking them? Right? Reflect. Reflect about your actions. Reflect about your words. Selah is all about thinking so that you know how to move in clarity, right? Really think about what cycles you submitted yourself to, knowing and unknowingly. Really reflect, do some real self-reflection, whether it's in, like I say, weight loss, or whether it's in forgiveness, whether it's in starting a business. Really think about what kind of cycles are you stuck in that you're not allowing yourself to see better results. Right? For my I'm not going to say churchy people, you know what? Because this is an issue for everyone. Think about the generational curses in your family, the generational cycles. Am I a drunk just like my mom? That's like my grandma? Am I smoked out to the point I can't do nothing without sparking up at all? Am I smoked out like for real? Where there's no balance in my life, just like my aunt, just like my brother, just like my mother, my father, and whoever else before me? Do I submit to poverty because that's what I grew up on and that's what I know and that's what I'm safe with when I know there's more? Really think about these things. And lastly, is to grow. Grow, grow, grow. Walk in the plan of action that you set for yourself once you've committed to the decision. And if you're not ready to make the decision, there's nothing wrong with that. But plan to prepare yourself to make it. Don't allow yourself to get comfortable in the cycle. Like I said, you're aware of where you fall short. A lot of people are aware of the things that they do, but they just have no intention on changing it. You just got to make the decision. Grow. Believe in your plan of action. Believe in it. Stand on it. Hold yourself accountable to it. Get the people around you to help you hold yourself accountable to it. There's absolutely no need to wait for change, wait for growth, and wait for better. Just food for thought, y'all. My question, what are you waiting for? What are the cycles that you're submitting to? And that's, what I really wanted to put in your ear today. Get you really thinking, it's December. Let's change it up. Let's be intentional. And you know what? Whenever you're listening to this podcast, because I don't know when you will decide, to listen to the podcast. But be intentional about your now and your tomorrow. Ask yourself, what are you waiting for? What have I submitted myself to? Pause, reflect, and grow. Rewind this podcast to listen to the steps that I gave and really think about it. Write it out. Discuss it. Right? Be intentional about your now and tomorrow. So, that's my spiel for right now. That's my spiel. We're coming to the end of the pod now, and I want to shout out an artist because, we are at that point of the podcast, where I want to shout out a Black business or a creative, right? The artist I would like to shout out is Taylor. Hey, girl, hey. She is an artist who attends my school, UMS. And she does great artwork. I've seen her artwork before, but she has recently started a new Instagram page, and it's called Taylor the Vision. And in her bio, it says, live in your vision and let the world catch up. I love that. Really be on your own time. And if you can't get with it, don't get with it. But if you can, come on. Right? So I want you to go to Instagram right now and follow her at Taylor the Vision. That's TaylorTheVison. Follow her, repost the reel she has up now. Try to push this page. Support a Black artist, y'all. I know a lot of good Black artists, and I know a lot of them I do plan on shouting out, but she just started her page. So support a sister. Support her. There's nothing wrong with pushing somebody you don't know, right? You just want to see them win, basically. Anybody in my community, I want to see them win. But her personally, she's real cool. She's always been somebody cool to talk to, and her art speaks for herself. She does great art. I've never seen anything I was like, I don't know about that. She always has done good art. So y'all go follow her again on Instagram at Taylor the Vision, and she will be posting more artwork. So stay tuned. Just because you follow her, don't just follow her because I'm saying it, but follow her with intentions of seeing her art, reposting her art, liking her art, and sharing her art. Y'all, so That being said, don't forget to follow me on Instagram as Selah_pod. That is SELAH_pod. I like I said earlier, I have been working on other avenues of social medias to post on because I am aware that everybody is not on Instagram. Honestly, y'all, I've been working. I've been, practicing what I preach. That's what they say. Practicing what I preach, and I've really been trying to do some things to set up myself for next year. The pod is going to go up, y'all. I'm just honestly excited about next year, right? I'm excited about my now and my intentions for tomorrow, but I'm really excited about next year because I know by the time next year hit, I'm already going to have some good habits in play, and everything is just going to come easy, right? I'm going to have some ups and downs, but that consistency gonna come easy, and I'm just glad that I'm really committing myself to doing the work to do better so I can see better next year. I said it on Instagram a couple days ago, and I said today, I believe 2024 is going to be my year, and it's going to be your year. I receive that, I believe that, and I stand on that, y'all. So please, please, please go follow me, share the pod with somebody you know, somebody you don't know. I'm on Amazon, I'm on Spotify, I'm on Apple. I'm really just trying to push the pod, push my message, push my little foods for thoughts. So I appreciate y'all listening. I appreciate y'all for interacting with me. Stay with me. The consistency will get better. It's going to get better. We're going up. I love y'all. And please, please, please don't forget to pause, reflect, and grow. Until next time.